So, what do you say we preview the next week's films?
Okay.
You've already seen one. You've already
Yeah.
seen you've already seen my Christmas Guide, which we will talk about next week.
Hmm.
But this is a big week for us. This is one week that we're like, if you disappoint me here, I'm going to be very angry.
Oh yes.
I'm going to be
Oh.
very, very angry. Now, let me get this straight. Lacey Chabert is my favorite Hallmark actress.
Hmm.
Followed by, if we're going by actresses, I'd probably say it's Hunter King now.
Hmm.
The top guy is Tyler Hines and Andrew Walker, a Ryan Pavey, something like that, right?
Hmm.
We have one film coming out this week with Marcus Rosner called Flipping for Christmas. Then we have the Tyler Hines film, which I am very nervous about. I'm very nervous. I'm not going to lie. I am scared to death of this film.
And I'm just excited because it's Tyler Hines. So.
I love Janelle Parrish. You remember when she got announced for her first film, Holly and Ivy?
Hmm.
I was jumping up and down out of pure joy because I love this girl to death. I love this girl. I've loved her since she was Mona in Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
This story scares the crap out of me. Because if this film disappoints me with two of my favorite stars, Janelle isn't new to acting. She's just new to the Hallmark Channel scene. This is her third or fourth film. I've
Yeah.
liked her other ones. She had Holly and Ivy and Right in Front of Me.
Yeah, and then she had Coyote Creek Christmas.
Yep, with Ryan Pavey. Yep.
Yep.
I've liked all three of those. Tyler Hines, on the other hand, where do we freaking start? Where do we start with this dude? Should we start with the Roadhouse Romance? Should we start with the Three Wise Men and a Baby? Time for him to come home for Christmas, An Unexpected Christmas. Where do we start with that guy? Because he's constantly one where he does not disappoint.
Mm-mm.
This story, all about two BFFs, Naomi and Liz, reconnect with high school crush Chris Silver, played by Tyler Hines. A complex love story forms, forcing them to take stock of their lives and finding the value of friendship. This is going to be a friendship film. It could just be a pure comedy.
Yeah.
If you do the wrong thing by not focusing enough on the fighting over him, like making this a Hallmark version of the film called The Layover, a cleaner version of the Layover, where they're fighting over this one guy. If you don't make this a pure comedy, don't focus on this one thing enough, then I'm just going to be very upset. Because Tyler Hines has not had I don't think he's had a meth film. I really don't think he's had a meth film. He's definitely not had a bad film.
Mm-mm. No.
Neither has Janelle. But Tyler Hines, I don't know if he's the Hallmark king yet. Yet. Give him time. But right now, the king is probably like an Andrew Walker because he's been doing it for so freaking long.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been so consistent. Which one out of these two are you looking forward to the most? Because we're going to get into the Santa Summit here in a minute. But is it Flipping for Christmas the one that you're more at ease about because you know what you're getting yourself into? And we're going to take out our love for our beloved stars here. The story just scares me in general.
Yeah.
The story scares me because you can screw this up so bad.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to think if they screw this up with and without our beloved stars.
If the Never Been Christ and if talking about the Santa Summit, if they ain't at least 4 stars, I will be very upset. I mean, I've not had probably below most of Tyler Hynes movies for me usually rank around 5 out of 5s, just because they're so good. For me, because he's my favorite, and everything's pretty much been either probably 4 or above, mostly 5 out of 5. So if this one ain't at least a 4, then I don't know what went wrong. I'm very curious of how it would be less than that, because you'd have to really screw it up for me not to give it a high score.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the flipping for Christmas or whatever. I saw a preview for that when I was watching the new one. It looks like it might be good. We'll see. If I take out my love for Tyler Hynes as an actor, I would definitely probably say I'm more nervous for his movie than the Flippin' Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But you just throw his name on anything, or Hunter King's name on anything, and I'm right there for it. Rhiannon Fish, any of them, I'm right there for it. So we'll see how they go. I'm not as nervous probably as you about the Never Been Chris, but a lot of that's just I'm trying to stay open with the storyline. I'm trying not to be too nervous about it or too scared where it affects me too much with it, because I just really hope for a good one. I mean, and for me, I sort of hate in a way they're doing this one so early, but with how many kind of meh films I've gotten so far to start the Christmas, Hallmark season, I'm kind of looking forward to hopefully two amazing ones. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Going into Hunter King, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, you're not typically a fan of the royal films.
Mm-mm.
I
Not
am
usually. Yeah.
I'm a royal fan. If there's a royal film, you automatically get at least 2.5 stars, unless you're a royal Christmas crush. Boom. But I just got this set from Walmart, as you know, and this has her film last year in it. The Lovely Hunter King in a Royal Corgi Christmas. That film was really good to me.
Mm-hmm.
She has not had a bad film. She hasn't even had a meh film. Her weakest film might have been Hidden Gems. Maybe the Nikki Nora Sister Sleuth, maybe.
I loved both of those, so it's hard for me to say. I couldn't call. To me, the weakest for me was the Royal Corgi, and that was still a 3.5.
Yeah,
and that's saying a lot, because like you said, I'm not a big Royal fan, so for it to get a 3.5 for me, I mean, that shows you how much I like her in movies. So,
with her in a royal film with a dog. You had me at Royal, you had me at Corgi, you had me at Christmas, but you had me right in front of my TV screen for Hunter King.
Yeah.
Her film this week. This is not going to be a romance film. This will not be a romance film. This is a story about friendship. 3 best friends who head out for a night on the town to take part in the annual Santa Summit, an event where revelers don Santa suits and visit local spots on the circus. That'd be a different film. On the circuit to eat, drink, and be merry in true holiday fashion. This film better be good, because we saw her. Well, I saw the set photos come out for this one, and I'm like, she's in a Santa suit. At first, I'm like, is she going to be doing the same thing as like a Christmas at Cartwright's, where it was, I believe that was Alicia Witt, who was a Santa Claus to try and make money for her daughter as like a second job or something. This one terrifies me because this can go one of two ways. This can either be so overly written where the comedy is cringe and it doesn't work, or it can have just the right amount of comedy and just the right amount of a little bit of romance, because this does have Benjamin Hollingsworth in it.
Yeah.
This movie scares me more than a Never Been Chris, because Hunter King's still so new. She's only been with the Hallmark Channel for a couple of years now, and she hasn't had a bad film. Tyler Hynes has been with them for many years now, and he's going to continue to be there with them because he's a ratings draw. This film scares me more just because of the story, and if it sucks, saying it sucks is going a bit overboard, but saying it, if it disappoints me, then I'll be a little bit ticked off. Because we've seen films like this many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
But the comedy is what needs to work here. It's not going to be a question. Her performance is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Her performance will be good. The costume design, it's Santa suits. Go to Walmart and buy a Santa suit, and you have a good suit. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, cool. But this one and Never Been Chris make me nervous because of the stars, but also because of the stories. You're going into these basically for the stars.
Pretty much.
And,
I mean,
yeah.
With the Santa Summit, I am a little nervous for, just because, like, with the synopsis, it sounds more like a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Then you watch the previews, and it seems more like it could lean towards romance, because they're trying to track down Ben Hollingsworth's character in the Santa suit. And I guess because she must have liked him or something, but didn't know what he looked like, so they're having to track him down.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they balance that out. I think that's going to be a big key, is balancing it out, because if you don't balance it out correctly, then it could definitely, or if you don't, because here the thing is, you're not going to go off chemistry for this one, because I don't think her and Ben's character is going to be with each other that much. It's probably going to be just kind of like what was it, GAC's Destined at Christmas, how they just kept missing each other over and over again. And I said, I felt like there wasn't enough chemistry building in that one for me, because they kept missing each other. I think that's what's going to happen here, is you're not going to get a lot of chemistry, so you're going to have to go off of the fun of it, the fun of the search and trying to find him. So as long as they don't do like Destin did and have them like miss each other multiple times throughout the movie, then I think it can work for me. I think that it would be good, but we'll see. I'm definitely probably, I would say I'm more nervous for this one than Never Been Chris, but they're about equal, I think. I mean, they're just really about equal for me with these, just because the synopsis and the storylines are so unknown right now of what it's going to turn out to be, because these ain't your typical Hallmark romance storylines.
Yeah. Now, this one might feel similar to A Field Day, because that was more of like a friendship film, and the romance was sidelined but still built upon enough to make it work. So if it surprises me like A Field Day, because to me the previews for Field Day looked very just bad.
Mystic Christmas level?
Oh, worse, actually. Worse.
Oh.
That one scared me. This one, I'm hoping it's not that way. If it goes the way of A Field Day, where you build the romance enough to make it work, but also you build on top of the friendship, then it'll work. The comedy worked in Field Day. The romance worked in Field Day because of the chemistry, but you didn't overpower it with the romance.
Yeah.
But with Field Day, you also added a little bit of a emotional aspect to it with her husband being gone.
Yeah.
Now, what happened with Benjamin Ayer's character?
Yeah.
But two films with a guy named Benjamin in them. Trying not to get them mixed up. But so, which one are you most looking forward to for this weekend? And which one do you think is going to be the best out of the Hallmark films? Because I don't know if you're going to watch both JC films.
We'll see about the GAC ones. I was thinking about that. Was it Dash of Christmas or whatever, the one with the cooking one? I thought about that one, but I'm not sure quite yet on that one. But as just from the Hallmark one, I'm not going to see. It's hard to say because I've already watched one, so I know what I'm going to give the one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not to count that one in and just do the 3 that I have left. And I'm hoping, I think my favorite will probably end up being the Santa Summit. I'm hoping, just because I feel like that could be more of a comedy. I'm hoping, and I think Never Been Kissed. I think it'll be somewhat of a comedy, but I don't think it'll be like the Santa Summit. I don't think it'll be as big of a comedy as that one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the Santa Summit is the one I would most excited for.
Now, what I'm hoping is that it's going to be the Never Been Kissed. Because that one just looks like it can be fun. Because as a fan of like these chick flick type films, or earlier this year I watched Bride Wars for the first time. If it's more of like a friend versus friend comedy, it can work. It can really work. This one just scares me a little bit more because of the stars, but also if you do the story wrong, then your script is going to be a complete mess.
Yeah, because the preview for that one, it doesn't really give you a feel of what you're going for. Because in a way, you would think it'd be them going against each other for him. But then they don't really give you that from the previews. It just feels like they're just, I don't even know. It's like maybe one's pushing the other one to make a move on him or something. I mean, I don't know. It's just the preview just don't give you a lot of detail. It's kind of keeping it very quiet in a way, I guess, without telling you, not wanting to tell you too much, which makes you nervous.
I think we'll get I don't think. I know we'll get a preview tomorrow night with Flipping for Christmas. Well, as we are recording this, it's the night that my Christmas guide came out, and the night before Flipping for Christmas comes out. But I'm hoping it's the Never Been Kissed, but I think we're both excited, but I think we're both nervous for both of those films.
Yeah. I hope they're both 5 out of 5s, but we'll see.
I'm gonna go to every film hoping it's a 5 out of 5.